My fiancée 29 Fahrenheit's cheated on me during our bachelorette party. I'm trying to decide the best way forward. I apologize if this is all over the place. I just need a place to write down everything that has happened and hopefully get some advice on what to do next. My fiancée 29 Fahrenheit's and I 32 millions have been together for about 7 years. We were supposed to get married next month, but that's not going to happen now. We'd never had any issues with cheating or any big fights. This is the first time anything like this has happened between us. About 2 weeks ago, my fiancé approached me. He also asked me if I would be up for a bachelor and bachelorette party. I have to say that this made me feel pretty uncomfortable. In my opinion, these kinds of parties only encourage infidelity before a couple gets married. I told my fiancé that I wasn't interested, but she said that if we did have them, they'd just be friends hanging out with us, celebrating our future wedding. We wouldn't have the stereotypical last night of freedom kind of party. We agreed to have the parties on the same day, which was this past Wednesday. My friends came over to our place for a game of D&D. It was themed around my character getting married. My fiancée went out with her friends for a pub crawl. I was having fun with my friends until about 3 hours into our game when one of our mutual friends texted me and told me that we needed to talk. I immediately became concerned. I asked her what was going on, but she said that she didn't feel comfortable discussing it over text and said that she'd rather speak to me in person. This really messed me up, and for the next hour I couldn't really focus on anything else because I kept wondering what could possibly be so important that she wanted to come over and talk to me. By the time she arrived, my friends and I had already wrapped things up, so I was just waiting for her to come in. She came in and asked us to sit down and talk, which is when she revealed to me that my fiancé used the party as an opportunity to cheat on me. I was devastated. This was exactly what I was afraid of when my fiancé first approached me about having these parties. She assured me that was the furthest thing from her mind until then. I had no reason not to trust her, so I believed her. I felt so stupid for not seeing this coming. I asked my friend if she was sure of what happened. She showed me a video of my fiancé kissing some guy at a bar. Apparently, this video was shared in a group chat that my fiancé and her friends were on to plan the party. I was in a group chat with my fiancé and her friends planning the party. I don't know how I kept it together when I saw the video. I felt like I was going to throw up. There was the woman I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with kissing another man while her friends cheered her on. Another man while her friends cheered her on. This next part is my friend's recollection of the events that led up to the cheating, so I don't have a lot of details. Apparently, my fiancé's maid of honor spent the entire night complaining that I wouldn't let them have a she said I was too controlling and jealous, and that I didn't push back on any of it. My fiancé just kept drinking and having fun. At some point, some of the women noticed that she had been getting attention from some of the men. That's when he started to encourage her to flirt. My fiancé gave some weak resistance, but eventually she gave in and approached one of the guys at the bar. This is the point where our mutual friend became uncomfortable and left the party early, but she was still in the group chat. My friend shared the video with me. I thanked her for telling me what happened and asked her to forward me the evidence along with anything else that might end up being shared with her after she left. I finally broke down crying. I then texted my fiancée telling her that I knew the wedding was off. Just a few minutes later, my phone was flooded with text messages from her and her friends. They even tried adding me to the group chat where they shared the video of her kissing the other man. She got home about 30 minutes later, crying. She was begging me not to call off the wedding. She said she was drunk and didn't know what came over her. She said she only kissed and loved me. I stayed silent through all her crying, which I think made her more desperate. She kept saying sorry, that it would never happen again, and that she'd cut off her friends. I told her I didn't want to talk about what happened, and that the wedding was still off. I also told her that she could call her friends over and have the traditional party she obviously wanted so much because I was leaving. This made her even more desperate, and I kid you not, she tried to block the door to prevent me from leaving. I just stayed silent while packing my bag, and then called my sister to ask if I could stay with her for a couple of days. I've now been at my sister's house for the last few days, calling friends and family to tell them that the wedding is off. I haven't told anyone other than my sister the reason. I just feel my ex has been calling and texting me every day for the past 2 days. My sister has been offering me support, but I just don't know what to do next. Despite everything that happened, I still love her. Should I hear my fiancé out? Should I tell people the reason the wedding is off? Is there any hope for reconciliation? I read a comment on a post that said, Max Good commented, "Tell everyone the reason why you broke up because she might twist everything and make you look like the bad guy. Also, you shouldn't continue the relationship. You haven't even tied the knot yet, and she's already cheating. Just imagine what'll happen if you do get married." Anzul Gaon commented that she did it easily and in front of her and your friends, which takes guts to think it wouldn't get back to you. This isn't the first time, and if she tries to talk, you'll get a steady stream of lies. I didn't think I'd be posting an update after everything that has happened, but a lot of people ask for it. And I feel like writing down some of this stuff might help me move on. I'm not looking for advice, just sharing my thoughts as I said in my last post. I initially decided to cancel the wedding without telling anyone. As others here have pointed out, it was the right decision if I wanted to move on from this. So I started contacting people again and explained the reasons for canceling the wedding. It was difficult to tell people that my fiancée had kissed another man while her friends were still supporting her, but everyone has been really supportive, especially my parents. I also called my ex's parents, since they helped with some of the wedding expenses. I wanted to let them know that they should try to get their deposits back. Surprisingly, my ex's mother picked up the phone. She already knew everything that had happened. Apparently, my ex told them everything. I asked her some questions to see just how much they knew. Everything seemed to line up with what I knew happened. They didn't try to make me stay with my ex. As for my ex, she and I did meet once to discuss. She asked for another chance, and even said she'd cut off her friends who enabled her. She suggested we go to couples counseling. I told her I don't want to spend the rest of my life monitoring her behavior, and that if we started couples therapy already, we'd be doomed to fail. I also told her I can't see how I'd ever trust her again after she did the exact thing I expressed. I've been thinking a lot about trust in relationships. I've realized that trust is a key ingredient for a happy marriage. Unfortunately, I don't have that trust in my marriage right now. It's been 7 years, but I still feel hurt. I don't think I can move forward without it. I'm not going to post any more updates. I'm ready to close this chapter of my life. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.